Right. So the next thing that we have is load balancing. And so what is load balancing, right? So you have these N servers that you have built out now, right? And basically what you want to do is make sure that somehow these requests distribute to these N loads kind of evenly or in a manner that is more appropriate, right? So that's where a load balancer comes in. And basically when you put in a load balancer, you can define certain configurations. You can say, hey, load balance it this way or the other way. I'm going to talk about what those ways are in the next slide. And then you can have, you can define health groups. You can define, maybe that server is not healthy. So you can have on the server something a health, health API, and then the load balancer could be proving that health API, and that API stops responding. And then, maybe that server is not behaving. I should not route my request there. So you have dumb load balancers and smart load balancers depending on how you configure them. So what are the load balancing algorithms, right? I mean, on what basis would there be determine the load balance, how the load balancer should behave? Do folks on the call want to take a shot at, what could be those algorithms? Anyone? Nitish, Ravi, Raghu? I see so many folks on the call.
One algorithm I remember is a round robin.
Right. So the most basic one is round robin. Basically, it's dumb. It just keeps sending everywhere. Any other algorithm? So like some of these algorithms, right? What is the least connection method? So if I have, let's say, N servers and like one of them has like, let's say, least connections, maybe I should route it to that one. Or maybe the least response time method, because maybe some server is just doing so well that their average response time is low. Maybe I should route it there. Or the server that is currently serving the least amount of traffic measured, right? Least bandwidth, maybe I should route it there. So again, when you're talking about systems, what you want to do is make sure what algorithm makes sense in that specific problem. We'll go through one problem as an example. But it's good to know all these algorithms that exist so that you can talk about it, right? And then of course there is round robin, like folks spoke on the call. You can just keep sending it to one another, and then there is weighted round robin. So let's say you have servers that are of different sizes, right? Then you can provide weights, and what that would mean is that, hey, this server is having more capacity, route more requests there, right? So that becomes weighted round robin. Like those are some of the algorithms that you can use. Right. And the next question that could be asked is that, hey, is load balancer now a single point of failure? Right? Because while you have these N servers, if there's just one single load balancer, does it become the single point of failure? I mean, of course it does, right? So, but there are again solutions or methods to avoid that. And one of that solutions happens to be, having an active load balancer and a passive load balancer. And what happens is that they each monitor each other's health, and in case the active goes down, the passive becomes the load balancer.